Previously on Drip.
I will teach you guys how to make a BBS or Artemia or brine shrimp culture. You can check it out every day to see if there are baby brine shrimp swimming the adult brine shrimps on this betta fish and see how he munches them out. Hi guys, Vince here and welcome back to Drip. In today's video, I will show you what's inside my canister filter. It's this right here. It's been 9 months since I started my aquascaping journey, and ever since I haven't cleaned my canister filter. So I think it's about time to finally do the maintenance that I have been avoiding for a few months now. And yeah, if you guys are interested to know what's inside this canister filter, what are you waiting for? Let's drip. This 75-gallon tank was set up March of 2021 and I haven't cleaned the canister filter since then. I think these pipes are already clogged as well as the other one. So first thing that we have to do is to unplug the canister filter from the power source, make sure that the UV light is turned off. This is removable. And now let's talk about this canister filter. This is the Sunsun HW303B canister filter. The pump power is 35 watts, the UV power is 9 watts, and the output or the flow is 1400 liters per hour. I got this canister filter for around 3,000 pesos. I bought it last March and I think it's just super worth it. My 75-gallon tank right here is running only through this canister filter. So the first thing that we need to do is to remove this water pipe here. And I prepared a tub here, so I'm just gonna put it here. We will just lift up the clipper, which tightens the hose and the pipe, and we're just gonna remove this hose right here. Next up, we're gonna do the other side. We are removing this pipe, the one that gives the water flow to the tank. I just removed this part right here, and I'll do the same thing. I will remove this plastic hose tightener so that we can remove the pipe from the water hose. Next up, we're gonna remove these hoses entirely. So we're just gonna pull this lever up, and then we're gonna take out the hose holder. I'm gonna take this to the outdoor area and we're gonna wash it there, and we're coming back for the canister filter. We are now outdoors here at the pond area, and we have the things that we need to clean this canister filter. First up, we're gonna clean these hoses using this one. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm gonna put it on this vlog, and I'm also gonna put it on the description box in the event that you guys are interested. I got it from SHOPEE. This is like a spring coil metal type of thing, and we have 2 sizes of scrubbers on each end. Do you guys see how dirty this water is? That is just filthy. I was able to clean one hose, but apparently I'm not able to reach the middle part of the hose. So we're just gonna leave it like that. Sadly, this scraper that I was using just broke. But yeah, we're gonna continue with the next hose. I'm just going to clean both with regular tap water. That is perfectly fine. This one also contains beneficial bacteria, but then yeah, they will die. But the main source of the beneficial bacteria would be our canister filter, and we're not gonna wash that with tap water. Just the hose and the pipes. Now all the pipes in the hose are clean. This is the filthy water that we got from just the pipes and the hose. Can you guys imagine that? What could we find inside this entire canister filter if we got this just from the pipes and the hose? We're gonna leave these on the side first, and let's open up our canister filter. For some of you guys who are not familiar with canister filters, this is my most favorite filter of all. Because first, it doesn't give you that bulky look on top of the aquarium if you have a sump. These ones you can just store at the back of your tank or just inside a cabinet just right below your tank. All you will see inside your tank are just the water inlet and the water outlet. These are the 2 holes connecting those water hose and the water pipes. This one is the UV light, so you just twist it. You just press this right here and it's gonna turn on and off whenever you want it. This blue thing right here is a pump. So if your canister filter does not have have that enough pressure as of the moment when you started it. All you need to do is to just pump this, and the water will be sucked out from your tank, going to the hose, going to your canister filter, and then pumped out, going back to your tank. So anyways, it's about time to open this bad boy up. I just made sure that the plug is far away from the water so it doesn't get wet. And let's unlock this one. This one has 4 locks on each side. So you just do that on the first 2 sides. And then you lift the other 2 sides, and your canister filter is now open. I'm not sure what to expect, but we are taking this out. Ew. I'm putting this one upside down so that the UV light will not be damaged. Of course, this is made of glass. I think I'd like to wash this one first before we dive into this mess. So for this, I'm just going to use my tools, and I also have a toothbrush right here. I have here stock water to wash this canister filter. So we're just going to scrub on each side. We're not gonna entirely clean it up. We're just gonna make sure that it's not overflowing with algae or dirt or any debris. So I'm just gonna lightly scrub each sides. And for that tiny hole right there, I'm going to use a small brush right here. We're just going to skim through that, removing the dirt surrounding the UV light. And we're gonna rinse it with dechlorinated water. So I think, yeah, that's good enough for the cover of the canister filter. Now we are going to dive in to this mess right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove each and every layer from this canister filter, dip it in stock water. I'm going to scrub whatever we can scrub, and I think I'm good to go. So right here is the top cover of the canister filter. We're gonna put that on the side. The first layer of the canister filter is the Seachem Matrix. Is a special type of pumice stone developed by the company Seachem, of course. These rocks are just full of nutrients, and that would be beneficial for your freshwater tank, or if you have a saltwater tank, you guys can also use this one. When I lifted the pumice stones, I saw a few assassin snails on it. You guys know that I do have assassin snails in the tank. I just have no idea how they got into the canister filter. I think they were sucked in when they were still eggs, and I think they just hatched here on this bed of pumice stones. I will put these guys on the side. I will save them, and I'll put them back in the tank. So we are just dipping this layer in stock water or dechlorinated water, and it's just one layer and it's filthy dirty. As far as I can remember, I put a filter floss at the bottom of each layer, but what is sad is I don't have extra filter floss right now. I need to go and buy from the nearby pet shop so that we can change and clean this one. So I'm just going to remove all the pumice stones and change this extremely dirty filter floss. Just look at that mess. A few months ago, my tank suffered from a pond snail infestation, and looking at this filter, I just can see the history of the pond snail infestation. This one is just full of empty pond snail shells. Dirty filter goes in the bin. So I'll go and buy the filter floss in a bit. Just a few more information about the pumice stones. This one I got from Biz Aquatica. This one retails for 800 pesos per kg. Yeah, it's definitely more expensive than regular pumice stones, but it's worth it. We're gonna take out the second layer. These are lava rings. I got this for 195 pesos per kg, also from Biz Aquatica. So we're just gonna drain the water out because I'm sure that the filter floss is also messed up. Look at all those gunk. What I'll do this time is I'll try to remove the filter floss first so that we can rinse through the lava rings properly. This one would also go directly to the bin because this is also very messed up. There you go. This is insane. Why didn't I clean this canister filter a few months ago? Let's rinse this up. This one goes into the stock water, removing all the waste from it. Now it's looking a lot better. We are putting the lava rings on the side first. Let's see what else is inside this canister filter. I think I have another layer of black floss. This one we can just wash, but there is another layer right here. So we have a total of 3 layers for this canister filter. This one I'm just gonna clean up and wash this sort of a black foam thing. These 2 will go to the bin. I think that's everything that we have in the canister filter. All that's left right here is just dirty water. We are going to pour this dirty water inside this tub, because I'm still going to use this water to water my plants here at Drip so that they stay healthy and they would always look great. This is what's left with the canister filter, still very disgusting. I'm just going to clean this up using tap water just to rinse off all the gunk that we have right here.
We are now riding a tricycle on the way to the pet shop because I need to pick up the filter wool and the sand that I ordered there. 사랑해.
So I just got home and there was a really long delay from the time that I ordered the filter wool and the sand and the time that I washed the media for the canister filter. I'm 100% sure that all the beneficial bacteria on these medias are all dead because they've been laying right here for a few hours now. Well, apparently Aquatico's pet shop was extremely busy when I ordered the filter wool and the sand, so I just decided to go up there myself to pick it up. When I got to Aquatico's pet shop, the owner was so accommodating. I'd like to give a special shout out to Justin. Thank you so much for assisting me. You're just so kind and cool. Thanks. I also want to give a shout out to the shop manager, Ernesto Magdaong. Thank you so much for preparing my order. I know that you guys are so busy. Really appreciate your time, and I wish you guys all the best of luck to your business. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and cut these filter wool to fit the layers that we have for the canister filter. I transferred everything indoors because it was so dark outdoors. I'll just trim these wools and I'll get back to you in a bit. Now that I've already placed the filter wool on these layers, it's time to put back the media. So we're gonna start with the bottom layer. I'm going to put back the black filter wool just right on top of the white filter wool. To finish off the last layer of our canister filter, we are going to add the Seachem Purigen. This one is a premium synthetic filter resin. This one is good for marine and freshwater, and it's used to remove organic waste in your tank. So one pack of this treats 100 US gallons of water. This one retails for 700 pesos each, and I got this one from Biz Aquatica. If you guys are interested to use Purigen in your tanks, and if you live around the south, then you can send them a DM via Facebook. I'll put their page on the description box down below. So now let's go ahead and cut this one up, and we are taking the bag of purity. So I'm just going to place the bag here, and I am going to put back this layer inside our canister filter. Next layer that we got right here, it's time to put back our lava rings. These lava rings are just the perfect home for our beneficial bacteria to grow in. And we're just going to make sure that the entire filter wool is covered with the lava rings. Now that it's done, it's time to put it back into the canister filter. Just making sure that everything is flat and sturdy. Last but not the least, we have our Seachem Matrix. We're going to put it back to the top layer of our canister filter. So let's just pour this in, filling up the level of the canister filter. And now we're just going to layer it out to cover all the areas of the filter wool. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So now it's time to put this back into the canister filter. Again, make sure that everything is level, everything is covered. Now that all the beneficial bacteria are dead on the medias that we have inside a canister filter, we really cannot settle for that. We need to refill the beneficial bacteria inside the canister filter, and for that I'm using Optima. Optima is the ultimate water conditioner for freshwater and saltwater fishes. This one contains live nitrifying bacteria, so I really think that this is perfect for our canister filter. As per the instructions, 2 grams is already enough for 265 gallons of water, but it also says on the instructions that there is no overdose. So I'm putting 2/3 of this small spoon, and that's roughly around 4 grams already. We are just going to mix this until it settles in the water. This does not actually dissolve because it's made of powdered clay. Once it turns like this, just pour it inside your canister filter and you are good to go. I'm just gonna get some more stock water to fill up this canister filter. After that, we will be ready to run this bad boy up. That water is enough. I think it's already clean at last. Now I'll just put back this canister filter head and I'll be connecting the pipes. I need to open up the filter again because I forgot to put a top part. Now I'm going to plug it in and let's get it started. Now that it's running, I made sure that the UV light is turned off so that our beneficial bacteria can grow inside the canister filter. I am going to give it 24 hours for the bacteria to grow, but now we need to get this canister filter running, so we need to pump. The canister filter is now up and running, and I've noticed a significant change in the water flow. This is so intense. Just a few hours ago, the water flow was just up to here, and now it looks so intense, and I think that the fishes are loving it. It's good that we have a strong water flow in the tanks so that the water could circulate inside the tank, back to the canister filter, through all the medias, and back to the tank. Our 75-gallon tank looks very cloudy right now due to Optima, but that's perfectly fine. Everything will go back to normal in 24 hours, and I am just so happy because this is my favorite tank here on Drip. And before we even go, I'd like to give a special shout out to Robert, Lance, and Glory. They are Drip clients from SHOPEE, and I would also like to give a shout out to Zoilo Constantino Jr. Thank you so much for shopping Drip through our SHOPEE account. All the links are on the description box down below. If you guys want a shout out in the future, just go ahead and leave us a message through our Facebook page, our TikTok, or Instagram, and I'd be glad to give you out a shout out here on Drip. So I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. If you guys have any questions, requests, or any other comments, leave your thoughts on the comment section down below. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.